well. You know just where to stop, Thomas? Left his driver. You could almost manage without me. Thomas had become conceited. He didn't realize his driver was joking. Later, he boasted to the others. Driver says, I don't need him now. Don't be so silly, Thomas. I'd never go without my driver, said Toby earnestly. I'd be frightened. Phil boasted Thomas. I'm not scared. Just you wait and see. The next day, the firelighter came. Thomas drowsed comfortably as the warmth spread into his boiler. Percy and Toby were still asleep. Thomas suddenly remembered. Silly stickler nanomods. Chuckled. I'll show them. Driver says I can manage without him. I'll just go it and then I'll stop and leash. That'll make them jump. Thomas thought he was being clever, and really he was only moving because a careless cleaner had meddled with his controls. He soon found his mistake. He tried to leash. Couldn't. Tried to stop, but he couldn't. Just kept rolling along. He didn't dare when it looked what's coming next. There was the stationmaster's house. The stationmaster was about to have breakfast. Horrors! Cried Thomas and shut his eyes. The house rocked, broken glass tinkled. Plaster was everywhere. Thomas had collected a bush on his travels. He peered into the room through its leaves. He couldn't speak. The stationmaster was furious. His wife picked up her plate. You miserable engine, she scolded. Just look at our breakfast covered in plaster. Now I shall have to cook some more. She banged the door. More plaster fell. This time, fell on Thomas. Thomas felt depressed. At last, some workmen arrived to prop the house with strong pulls. Next, they brought a load of sleepers and made a road over the garden. Thomas looked so silly that the twins laughed and left him. His driver and fireman began to tie him up. You're a perfect disgrace. They told him, we're ashamed of you. And so am I, said a voice behind them. You're a very naughty engine. I know, sir. Sorry, sir, faltered Thomas. You must go to the works to be mended. But they've no time for you now. Percy will take you to a siding where you can wait till they are ready. Yes, sir? Next day, a diesel rail car came. That's Daisy, said Sir Toffinhead. She's come to do your work. Diesels never run off to breakfast in stationmasters' houses. And he sternly walked away. Thomas didn't enjoy his time at the works. It's nice to feel mended again, he said afterwards. But they took so many mild parts away and put new ones in that I'm not sure whether I really need another engine. Thomas came home, he soon made friends with Daisy. In fact, Thomas is glad to have her help with his passengers. He's now never so silly as to think he can manage without his driver again.